Okay. I ran into a situation years ago trying to talk about white privilege, and I took it to my prayer life because it was insane what was going on, and the divot holes that people would get into and swirl around and fill with shit and keep swirling around. It was insane. So I just went with what I received in prayer, what I felt like intuitively I needed to say and about it, and I invested what I thought I could and should, and that was it. But eventually, when BLM fell to corruption, like the conversation about white privilege, well, it went where white people wanted it to go, and so it's only through prayer that I'm now being told to revitalize the conversation because it ain't going away, guys. It exists whether you like it or not. There's a Latin Hispanic saying that just because you can put your finger over the sun doesn't mean now it doesn't exist. There you go. So the thing I ran into was that people would end up, not being fully white, or they weren't white, but they either looked white or they were what we call whitewashed. One of the greatest Oreos of our time, white on the inside, black on the outside, is Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a white people. She has white privilege. But she's black. So, what does that mean? Analytically, scientifically. That means she royally fucked herself. That's what it means. So white privilege, and you have to look at my other videos for me to explaining not what it is or how it manifests itself in society, because as I said, that's not how you figure it out. But I'm going to say this right now. White privilege is a mentality. It's a psychotic obsession with being light-skinned, and whatever that is, and light-skinned people. And even having an obsession with things that aren't necessarily, including having light skin, aren't bad. It's just having the white people hair and whatever. It's in having the things that white people have, having the face structure that white people have, more European look. It's a distortion. It's a distortion. It's a psychotic obsession with generally the privileged class, and that the privileged class stirred around and perfected for centuries. And it's a mentality. It's a mentality of superiority that was perfected over centuries. And that's what it is. There is absolutely no PhD course, master's course, anything that could get you to understand what white privilege is within yourself and in society, unless you immerse yourself as the minority, as a light-skinned person, white person. Unless you immerse yourself in cultures of color, as I said before in the other video, not for a week, not for a month, not for a year, for at least 10. Yep, no quick fix for this one, guys.